Hello, YouTubers out there. This is Jerry Saravia the Movies. So, this is not a review of Terrifier 3, but rather a discussion on the 9 different walkouts that have been confirmed at the first Terrifier 3 screening in the UK. Now, keep in mind, this film was actually shown at the Fantastic Fest in Austin, Texas back in September. There seem to have been no confirmed walkouts whatsoever from that particular screening, and I know that for a fact that the YouTube film critic Cody Leach was there. So, and I think he's feels pretty good about this movie, from what I gather. So, but let's talk about the walkouts. So, apparently, within the first few minutes of this movie, the opening scene alone, one person was confirmed to have puked while watching this movie, and the other ones just left. I guess so. It's a total of 9 different people that just walked out of this movie right from the beginning of this movie. Now, the director, Damien Leone, who did the first 2 Terrifiers, said, "Well, I guess we did our job." Um, you know, here's the thing. When I think back, I remember that Goodfellas, which did cause audience walkouts at the time, usually not within the first few minutes of the movie, but for some, it did. In fact, it was a screening out in LA, an advanced screening. They walked out in the first couple of minutes of that movie. As you recall, that's when Joe Pesci stabs Frank Vincent, who's in the car trunk, and then De Niro shoots him. Shoots Frank Vincent. So that was enough for, I think it was more than half of the audience that walked out. That's more than 9 walkouts for this movie. But director Scorsese didn't say at that time, he didn't say, "Oh, well, I guess we did our job." Because technically speaking, when you have a movie and you're previewing it to people, you hope they stick around for the end of the movie too. So if you have 9 people that are walking out of your movie and you think, "Hey, that's what I wanted," because if they stuck around, we didn't do our job. I don't understand how that's exactly a recommendation for your movie, right? Because if it's that gory, and apparently it outdoes the, I'm quoting, the insane level of gore in the first 2 films, which I have seen, and they're insanely gory, and I have reviewed them in this channel. I'll put a link to both reviews. I think I reviewed the original here. I wrote a review for both of them, but anyway, at the very least, Terrifier 2, you'll see my link. If that is really what you want to do, that you feel that you've done your job, I would feel as a director you've done your job if they can sit through the entire movie, not just the first few minutes and say, "Okay, we're done," and okay, good, job well done, clearly. Now the reviews are apparently, and I don't take this very seriously, but Rotten Tomatoes is at 93%. It's not that, just a few film critics and nobody I really know at all. Not to dismiss them, just saying I don't know them. And they say it's bloody entertaining and this and that and the other. But one critic did say that outside of just that high level of gore, the rest of the movie was kind of boring. There was not much of a story. So that I find interesting. I don't know what to say. I just think that if you make a movie, you hope people stick around to see it all the way through, because that's really, and you have your barf bag with you. I've said before, I think the first 2 Terrifier movies were just way too gory. I mean, just way too much. It was just relentlessly brutal. And I've seen films before in the past that have been considered relentlessly brutal. Last House on the Left by Wes Craven, the original. Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the original. And its sequel, which is far gorier. And even those they're not even at the level of the first 2 Terrifiers that I've seen. So, walking out, I don't know if that's just so, if that's really the ultimate testament of your movie, it doesn't say anything about the rest of it. You know, I mean, is the rest of it that gory? I mean, can people sit through it? And there have been no issues at the Austin, Texas screening. So I find that interesting. Nobody seemed to walk out. Everybody seemed to say, oh, it's really gory, it's really this, it's really that. He has set yet another unprecedented level of gore. You have to assume this is like the goriest movie ever made. It's pretty much what people are saying. So, I don't know. Let me your thoughts. Tell me what you think. Are you going to see Terrifier 3? Do you think I should see it? I don't know. Will I see it in theaters? I really don't know. The first two I saw streaming, so I had to prepare myself for Terrifier 2. And I got to say, I wasn't even fully prepared for that. I mean, that film is bloody as hell. If this film is even worse, I don't know what to say. Will I see it in theaters? I don't know. We'll see. But let me your thoughts. Tell me what you think. Have you seen any of the Terrifier movies? What do you think about people walking out of a movie so soon before the movie really gets rolling? That's just insane. So what movies have you walked out of? That's what I would like to know. That were too gory. I think bloody violence, not, you know, a movie that's unfunny and not working for you. That's not. We're talking about violence. Were there films that just took it a step too far and was too much for you to handle? So, let me your thoughts. Please comment below. Thank you to the new subscribers. I think I gained one more in the last couple of days, so it's, yeah, okay. I'm at 4,008, not bad. And if you haven't subscribed already to my channel, please do, and hit the notification bell for future uploads. And if you are a subscriber, please do. I do review films too, and talk about films, and talk about things like this that are going around. You know, so anything cinematically related is discussed on this channel. And that's all I got to say about Terrifier 3 audience walkouts. And this is Jerry Saravia at the Movies, signing off.